And welcome to episode 738 of Hard Factor. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. It is Thursday, July 29th, 2021. Today, we're talking, I'm trying out a new little piece called The Political Dark Roast inside the Cup of Coffee in the Big Time.
Ooh.
You guys check that out. Wes is going to bring
roast.
us a dark story. I love it when Wes brings some darkness into the show.
Sure.
Good.
Gonna make you fear for your wife's safety at home.
Oh, fun. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. And Pat's going to be taking us around the world, to Europe and to Mexico. Very fancy.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna be like Carmen San Diego. But
What
you're
was
coming
that?
with me.
All
Where
around
in
the world.
No,
with-
where in the world
Where-
is Carmen San Diego?
He's in the UK.
Is it a she or is it a he?
She's in
She.
the UK. Where
All right.
me as her is in the UK, and then also the UK twice, and then Mexico. You're gonna love this segment, bro. TikTok International Moment. Stay tuned.
I'm
Nailed it.
excited. That got me really excited. And Mark, he's not with us today. He's on his way to the Jersey Shore. So congrats to Mark. Enjoy
Yeah.
the vacation.
Congratulations, Mark.
Congrats. Green room. What's up?
I just gotta say one thing. My favorite thing was last time we got off the show, and Mark was like, "So okay, so I'm out. Because he's taking off. That's fine." But then he was like, Wes was like, "What time are you leaving tomorrow? What time are you flying?" And he was like, 4 p.m. I was like, "AM?" Like, so I'm gonna leave for the airport. Like 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all day
Hey,
affair.
it's the whole day. He took off. That's his
No,
day.
it's fine. I just thought that was funny. Just take off.
No, I asked him on purpose what time he was.
You
leaving.
knew what time he was leaving. You were busting his balls. That's great. Well, hopefully that's a good time at the shore. Speaking of a good time, Green Room. Get the app by Spotify, okay? We had a great time on What the Fuck Wednesday on there. Gaylord won this week with an excellent acid story. Just a whole lot of good stories going on in there. Colin had one. Dooley had one.
Brandon.
A bunch of guys. So,
Yeah.
get in there. Gaylord won the shirt this week. I'm not sure if we're going to keep it with all wild stories every week, but it's very fun. I'm
Until
loving
the
these
well
Green
runs
Room
dry, yeah. We'll switch it up eventually, though. Not everyone has a crazy wild story, so, but everyone, we might switch it to like terrible job experiences or bad sexual experiences. Everyone's got one of
Yeah,
those.
it's a range, right? Like like someone might call and like tell like a wild story, like one our cop listener buddy from Chicago, right? And then like someone who is homeschooled might call with a wild story about like I don't know, basketball camp or something.
Right, but they're all wild in their own ways. That's
right.
what
It's all
I
relative.
love about it.
Yep.
That's what I love about it. Also, on this most recent one, I think you'll be able to hear it because we'll release it on the RSS feed. But Adam, he was a pizza delivery driver and he got offered a threesome by a disgusting couple. So lots of good stuff in there.
Prostitute, I believe.
Yeah, couple's a
Yeah.
technically correct term.
Paid couple, paid hourly couple. All right, you guys. I think that's all the housekeeping. Anything else?
Nope.
Let's do it. Time for a cup of coffee in the big time.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Holidays, history, and trending news. First up, July 29th holidays are anniversary of the Army Chaplain Corps, which seems like less of a holiday, more of an anniversary. Army Chaplain Corps anniversary, twice, thanks. Cheese Sacrifice Purchase Day. Cheese Sacrifice Purchase Day. That's a hard one to wrap your head around. International Chicken Wing Day. International Tiger Day. That's badass. National Chicken Wing Day. National Chili Dog Day. National Intern Day. Oh, too bad none of the interns are with us tonight. National Lasagna Day. National Lipstick Day. And Rain Day. So,
Okay.
Well, where are
those-
you getting these from?
there's like a site that just keeps them. I mean, I know it's not a professional outfit. It looks like, but
I'm just curious because the double National Chicken Wing Day and Chicken National Wing Day.
they're not curating their list very well. Yes. Also, I feel like maybe conflicting groups often have the same holiday but named slightly different things because it's like two different, like say nonprofits or something, that
Right.
have the day.
What do you do on National Intern Day? Right. It's like
Say thank you.
I mean, but
Fucking intern, maybe.
I don't know. It's a temporary job that, you know, like you don't want to spend too much on them. They're going to be out the door soon. Everyone, I don't understand why they should be thanking you.
Yeah, you hear that?
Yeah,
Well,
with experience, right?
You're welcome.
You're like, that's what you say. You just text them, you're welcome. You just say, hey, you know what? You're welcome, intern.
Oh man, that'll freak them out too. Interns are so nervous.
They think they're doing a good job, and then you put it in their head that they should be thanking you. Yeah.
So everybody try that with your intern today. Just text them, hey, you know what? You're welcome. Today, July 29th in history, in 1890. West, you know what happened in 1890? Figured you might.
This day in history in 1890.
Yeah, in 1890, July 29th.
No, I have no fucking idea what.
Well, I mean, it was a sad day for you. Vincent van Gogh sadly died 2 days after shooting himself. So, R.I.P. Condolences to Wes. In 1954, the first installment of The Lord of the Rings was released. So, that's given me lots of great hours of contemplating about fantasy lore. And in 1958, NASA was established to compete with Russian space technology after they launched Sputnik 1 into orbit in 1957. So
That was a left hook, man. They came out of nowhere with that shit.
Sputnik?
Thank God they did that because competition breeds excellence.
Yeah, and now, I mean, and you fast forward to today, and Jeff Bezos is offering to pay his riches from Amazon to the government so that they let him get a NASA contract for a moon lander.
Yeah, so they give it right back. Yeah.
Right. So So, and
Did you see that they like changed the name of or the definition of astronaut?
Yeah, the day he went into space. Yeah.
oh, why? Oh, no.
To take it from him, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Oh, well, yeah. Come on.
The FAA took it from him. Yeah,
Good.
He's not
I'm
an
happy.
astronaut.
No,
Has he
he's-
called himself an astronaut yet?
I hope not.
dude. No, they will not be officially recognized as astronauts because the FAA altered its rules that day. I was at a fundraising event one time for everyone's favorite candidate, Hillary Clinton, and there was a dude there who was dressed in a astronaut outfit, like really out of place. Like everyone was just in normal clothes. One of my artists was performing. And this guy was in his full astronaut outfit, but it looked weird. Like it looked different. Like it didn't look like a NASA suit, but it was clearly an astronaut suit. And I was like, what is up with that? And he was kind of like taking pictures with people out front. And the dude's an astronaut, but he's like some sort of like volunteer astronaut.
Astronaut, like a space awareness guy?
No, he's technically an astronaut. He's like he's a private astronaut. That's what it is.
That's crazy.
And then if you like Wikipedia astronauts, he's on there. It's like the only private astronaut. I got to figure out what the fuck this guy's racket is.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds interesting.
Was he the guy that was like trying to shoot himself in a spacesuit with the rocket, the homemade rocket? Is that?
I don't know. I mean,
The Rocket Man, he died.
Yeah, he died.
He was a
There's
flat
There's
earther.
been several of them.
it was definitely bullshit.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Because also, like, if you're an astronaut, like, are you gonna fucking wear your uni everywhere? No, you're confident with your astronautness. You don't need to like rub it in everyone's fucking face.
How was that Hillary Clinton fundraising event? That must have been a real party.
I sat next to Connie Britton,
know who that
Coach Taylor's wife. So that was awesome.
Oh, nice. Coach's wife, nice. Yeah, Jeff Bezos with like a little bit of taste of space in his mouth is just the most dangerous thing I can think of. He's on tilt now, I can guarantee. Ever since he put on that fucking cowboy hat, he's just on space cowboy tilt. I don't like it.
I did remember one thing I forgot, Wes, about the Hillary thing. Say what you will about that lady, she's a fucking pro. Hillary is. One of my artists was performing there, and she came directly to me, said, "Thank you, Pat, for helping," and then walked away. Which means like either someone, and I was like, "Do you have an earpiece in your ear, or you're just really good? You have a great memory." She has great
Nah,
staff.
it was like her
She's
chief
a
of
fucking
staff.
pro.
Chief of staff told her she had to do that. Nice. Got the thank you from
She said your name, huh?
Hillary.
Yeah.
Well, she devolved into a lot of white wines for her after that last election. We'll see if she bounces back. All right, top trends going on right now in the news. Dusty Hill, R.I.P. to the bassist from ZZ Top. He died at 72 in his sleep at his home in Houston. R.I.P. to a true legend, Dusty Hill. More rough celebrity news. Bob Odenkirk collapsed on the set of Better Call Saul on Tuesday and was taken to the hospital, but there's been released that he sounds like he's in stable condition now. So good for Bob, but bad for Bob at the same time. Also, Boosie Badass, the latest rapper to be in trouble for using a homophobic slur when discussing Lil Nas X. Boosie dared Lil Nas X to go suck a dick on Instagram and was very upset about the naked dancing. Once again, I don't think that Lil Nas X minds the attention, though. So
Yeah, it's like daring me to go, fuck a pussy.
Or eat McDonald's.
Yeah, or eat McDonald's.
right, yeah. So
Sure. Oh, big dare.
I think Boosie's playing right into Lil Nas X's hand right there with that story that he released. So since that's not really anything, let's move it along to the big stories of the day. Just got a top two. Number 2, Olympic update. Dr. Larry Nassar hasn't paid basically any money to his victims. It turns out that the courts are only making him pay $100 a year, so $8 a month, on the $57,000 that he owes his sexual assault victims. So basically, there was no point to his financial punishment. Just a weird and ridiculous update. That guy's the fucking worst. And sadly, things in the actual sporting arena of the Olympics haven't gotten much better, with Simone Biles formally withdrawing from the rest of the events and the U.S. still lagging behind Japan and China in the medal count as of time of taping. So
Why did I think that Nassar was already dead? Why did I?
no, he's just in jail, like collecting stimulus checks and not paying his victims
I
out.
thought someone had already killed him in jail.
You must have dreamt about that, Wes, because
must have.
that's
A
in
lot
your
of people have
dreams
fantasized about it.
that
yeah.
he's dead. Dude, how the fuck are they gonna seize Martin Shkreli's Wu-Tang album and sell it, right? But not see, and all Shkreli did was rip off some other rich guys. This guy literally is a monster. Take his fucking shit and sell it. I know he has a family. Sell half the shit.
No, yeah. Apparently, because he's found loopholes. Apparently, there's lots of protections for people to be able to hide their wealth, I guess, from being able to pay this stuff out. And the court in the beginning, I guess, just fucked up and didn't make him pay a ton at a time. So he's paying the minimum, $8 a month.
I mean, he's not getting out of jail in this lifetime, and his wife can't get any madder at him. You know what I mean? So, like, sell the stuff.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, it seems crazy that you wouldn't be able to just take all of his money at once.
Also, what kind of judgment is $57,000? It's like,
I don't know.
It's not even one Miata.
It's a nice
Miatas are
Miata.
expensive these days. Then.
No, Miata's like
No.
29,000.
Yeah, Miatas. You can get a nice Miata for like mid-30s.
But not as much horsepower as you think.
You would think they have high horsepower. They're like a little it's like a moped car.
Yeah, it's a 4-cylinder. You don't need much though because they weigh like 500 pounds.
Right.
You've never experienced,
The
really
top down in a Miata.
taking the corners in a Miata in a 6-speed.
Sucker all-wheel drive, that Miata. Man. All right. Number 1. This is the political dark roast. I'm going to try this out. There's lots of political updates today, so let's roast them all. How about that? You guys game for that?
Absolutely.
All right. First up, Madison Cawthorne, a representative from North Carolina. He doesn't like Adam Kinzinger, a representative from Illinois, one of the ones that McCarthy called a Pelosi Republican. So Madison has endorsed his opponent, which I'm sure Kinzinger is thrilled with because everybody thinks Madison Cawthorne is an even bigger joke than Adam Kinzinger. Boom, roasted. Both of you.
Yeah. Like to remind us, guys, because it's just classic every time we talk about Cawthorne. He led off whatever that rally was by saying, big fan of U.S. history. A lot of people don't know their U.S. history. Total a-holes. Favorite person to sign the Declaration of Independence. James Madison. Didn't sign the Declaration of Independence. You dickhead.
He said that at the Stop the Steal?
No, it was like a rally.
That was a different. Yeah, that was a different one.
Yeah.
But still, I remember that. Yes, his history.
See the guy that was punching the tree from the wheelchair?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the same
Okay.
one.
He's
That's
the
how I
one
remember him. Yeah.
that there's a couple rumors going around about him and his cell phone and images that he might transmit.
Watch out. Keep your cell phone to yourself, Madison. All right. Next up in the dark roast, Democratic super donor, an absolute psychopath. Get a load of this picture. Who drugged and killed multiple male lovers in his home with liquid meth. Ed Buck has finally been found guilty in Los Angeles to at least 2 of the druggings that led to death, and guilty on all 9 charges he was presented with. This was literally this guy's thing, like drugging the fuck out of people that he found and paid on the street and shooting them up with liquid meth while they had sex. Hey, Ed, at least you probably don't have to pay for the dick in jail in your hopefully life sentence. You murdering fuck. Boom, roasted.
Boom, roasted indeed.
Yeah.
Next
how
up.
How many times can you say it happened again?
Right? This is it's another dead, methed out gay man in my fucking
homeless
living
guy,
room.
yeah.
He knows the 911 operator by first name. You are not going to believe this, Sally.
It's Ed again.
Oh no, it's happened again.
I mean, like it was like 6 dudes, right? Or like they just
9
kept-
charges and 2 of them led to death. So I don't know. It was like 7, I guess, if you do that math.
Who knows how many bodies he dumped?
It was his thing. Like, it's gross.
I want to get. I would never do that, but I want to get rich enough to where I, could do something like that if I wanted to.
I mean, that's a different. He's like Epstein. That's Epstein rich. Like,
I don't want to do that. I just want to be rich enough where I can really pursue a hobby.
Right.
Like really put my all into it.
You could choose a different hobby, yeah.
No, it's not gonna be that hobby. It's gonna be something totally different. I'm just saying this guy was very focused on this thing.
Right, like cars, like Leno,
Sure.
cars, right?
You could join a Miata club or something like that.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
all the classic Miatas you can handle.
I'm not committing to anything right now, but those are good ideas.
Democratic Senator from Arizona, Kirsten, but says Kristen, I think, Sinema, and Mitch McConnell say yes to the infrastructure bill. They will support the infrastructure bill, but they say no to reconciliation. So that's like Biden was trying to get both infrastructure and reconciliation. At least he's getting one of the two. So that's good news for pretty much everybody involved in that deal, all the way up to Biden. But on the flip side, Nancy Pelosi came out and said this.
Suppose your family was not, your child just decided they want to, at this time, not want to go to college, but you're paying taxes to forgive somebody else's obligations. You may not be happy about that. But you know what?
Okay. That was about student debt forgiveness. And Nancy Pelosi said she was in favor of $10,000 in student loan forgiveness last year in May of 2020. So that's a huge blow for both her backtracking and her boss. So boom, Nancy and Joe, you roasted yourselves on that one.
I mean, that's like paying, taxes when you don't even have a kid in school, but you're paying for the, school district. It's like the, kind of the same thing there.
Yeah, it's just weird because Joe Biden campaigned on student debt forgiveness.
Right.
Nancy was for it last year. Now they're in the position to do it. Nancy's not for it.
I got 2 questions. One thing to add on the cinema thing. Her and AOC got into it yesterday because cinema was like, yeah, I'm into it, but not at 3.5 trillion.
Right.
Which essentially AOC was like, you're tanking the bill.
I mean, they were never going to get it. It seems like I think like they were always only going to get infrastructure.
A little bit more to work out there, but on the I don't get what that Pelosi clip was. Can you explain that a little further?
So Nancy Pelosi came out and was basically criticizing the idea of student debt forgiveness, despite the fact that she was for it last year. So it kills Biden's campaign promise of providing it because it has to come from Congress. And it also flip-flops on what she said last year, which was that she was for it.
She's saying that like people that have loser kids that don't go to college are going to be mad that they're paying for
She's
other
blaming loser kids for her flip-flopping. It's a good spin zone, right?
Yeah.
Everybody can get mad at a loser kid. Like,
I ain't paying-
fuck that fucking kid that dropped out, wasted all that money. Like,
Oh man,
my kid
one of my
is
favorites.
too much of a loser. I don't want to pay taxes for someone else's like better kid. Went to
One of my
college.
favorite things ever when I still lived at home, or even like after I got older, when my dad would talk shit about his friends' kids. He'd be like, "Yeah, you wouldn't believe this fucking kid. He sits in the house all day, plays video games,
There you go.
doesn't help with the rent." I just loved it because I was a loser kid, but not as bad as the kids.
not
she
as
was-
bad. See, Pelosi knows the heartstrings, so she said that's the excuse she's going with. She's like, "Yeah, I was for it, but think about all the loser kids."
I'd be like, "What? That's terrible, Dad. I can't believe that he does what?"
You don't want to pay for those. Yeah.
No one wants to pay for that. People would get upset. So you know what? No, let's not go for it. Finally, in the political dark roast, MTG, Matt Gaetz, and my favorite moron on Capitol Hill, Louis Ghomert. They all got their press conference shut down by a crowd of angry protesters, but one lone, constant whistleblower. So here he is.
Blowing in people's ears, dude. Are you trying to assault me?
Literal whistleblower.
That guy just fucking stood behind where they were trying to do their press conference and boom, roasted the fuck out of MTG, Matt Gaetz, and Louis Ghomert because they just shut down the press conference eventually.
He's blowing it through his mask.
Yeah, referee whistle.
That's a tornado of dumb there. I mean, like, MTG is a certain type of dumb, and then Gomert's classic dumb. That's what he is. He is just a classic dumbass. But MTG is like, she's new dumb, if you will. Like, I get how classic dumb guys, I get how they get where they get. New dumb, I'm not sure how MTG got where she got.
I mean, those three
loud.
are a match made in heaven, though. MTG, Matt Gaetz, and Louis Ghomert. That's the crew that you want to go like play like cornhole with or something. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you probably don't want him as like your representative of your own district.
Did you see that the Roger Schallenberger piece in the Daily Beast about Matt Gaetz being a perv?
Yeah, well, have they gotten anything on him? I know things like slowed down for a while because the evidence, like Joel Greenberg didn't turn on him like everybody thought he was going to.
Yeah, I don't know. They were just saying that like Gaetz was trying to set his 19-year-old sister-in-law up with his like 40-year-old buddy and like was really persistent about it. Well, she was interning on Capitol Hill.
Dirty dog.
That's nice, huh?
You know how he offered it too. He's like, oh, yeah, she'll do it.
Yeah.
He's
You like that?
He's a sexual man. And that's today's cup of coffee in the big time, which was brought to you today by Freshly. Freshly is the best meal prep and delivery service on the market, period. I have tried other ones. This one is the number one by far. Who has time to cook and shop? Not anybody, really. If you got a busy life going on, like most people, you just don't have time to do it. And you're also, when you're at the grocery store, you're probably freaking out. You forget everything that you went to get. And like I did today, I went to the grocery store. I forgot the wine. Going to have to go back to the grocery store. That was a big fucking mistake. I could have just got my groceries delivered to me with delivered fresh meals from Freshly, and then I could just have done one trip to the wine store. But
Just
no.
concentrate on the wine. That's all you need to do.
Exactly. Instead, now I'm dealing with multiple trips. Look, it's a big problem. Way better than that. Just order Freshly. Freshly meals are delicious and easy to heat up anywhere. And best of all, with our promo code, you can get your first two orders for as little as $6.16 a meal. And it's still very affordable at the ongoing rate after that as well. I absolutely love the chicken and mac and cheese one. I could eat it every meal. Just fantastic. Give me one of those every 4 hours. I'd be set for life. Right now, Freshly is offering our listeners $40 off your first two orders when you go to freshly.com/hardfactor. Stop stressing about dinner. Go to freshly.com/hardfactor for $40 off your first two orders. That's freshly.com/hardfactor for $40 off your first two orders.
Hell yeah. All right. I've been eyeing this one for about a week. I just couldn't look at it any longer, so I'm giving in. Kind of like those week-old mashed potatoes in the fridge that I ate before the show. Just couldn't fight it any longer, so I'm going to eat this story. You guys remember The Edge, right? The Edge starring Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin.
Oh, a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were maybe talking about the guitar player for U2 at first, who wears beanies.
Yeah, I was also thinking about the wrestler, The Edge. So
No, this
lots
one.
of edges.
Yeah.
But that's a good movie.
It is. I don't remember it too well either, but I know there's a
Oh,
bear.
okay. So there's a bear who's a man eater,
Right.
and he's on their tail. All right.
And
Yeah.
the bear's
In the
name
midst
is called The Edge.
No, that's just what they're living on. They're living on the edge
they're
because
on the
there's
edge.
they're in the wilderness. There's a bear trying to kill them. Also, Anthony and Alec are in the midst of a life and death struggle.
Wow. Don't give away too much there.
Over Anthony's wife. Yeah, it's a whole
Okay.
thing. It's a whole thing. Entertaining though. So, but this man from my story was in the middle of a similar The Edge scenario while in Alaska, and I'm not sure I would have made it if I were him. In fact, I know I wouldn't have made it. Nowhere near. So this miner. There's a miner who has yet to be identified, was in remote Alaska
Under
bush.
18.
Over 18. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
That was like he mines for gold.
Mines for gold, yeah. That's why I believe, judging, there's his camp, and judging by it, it's right near the water, I believe.
Okay, yeah, no, he's panning for gold.
I believe he was out there panning for gold just by himself, just trying to hope, like I hope to be doing one day.
I mean, that would be the life, really.
Yeah. Only problem is there's a lot of bears in that part of Alaska, out in the tundra near Nome, and there's where Nome is. If it means anything to you guys, it's in western Alaska near the coast, a bit south of the Bering Strait, up there where Russian Air Force and U.S. Air Force pilots like to play grab ass once in a while in the air with $1 million airplanes. It's like that's where they do that whole thing.
It's very close to Russia.
Yeah, very close. Anyway, this guy's out there panning for gold all by himself when a bear attacked him. Okay. Likely a grizzly bear. Luckily, the bear didn't eat him or kill him, but it badly injured his leg and torso, making a walk back to civilization, back to Nome, impossible. To make matters worse, the man had no way of communicating with the outside world, and the bear that attacked him was a real asshole, and each night, for 7 straight nights, would come back and harass the injured man. Okay? So, picture this. You're out there finding no gold. A bear attacked you and severely injured you. Now every night you're thinking you're about to get finished off by that same bear that has a grudge against you. It's not great. Not a great scenario.
So he gets frustrated that he can't get to him and leaves.
Right.
But then he comes back every day.
Comes back every single night just to fuck with him. Luckily for this guy, a Coast Guard helicopter was flying from Kotzebue to Kodiak and spotted an SOS signal on the roof. So they circle back, and then they saw the man frantically putting both hands in the air, which is the international sign for night is coming, not in the mood for an 8th straight night of bear harassment. Get me the fuck out of here. So, they landed and got the man out of there. Coincidentally, the same day, his so-called friends finally reported him missing when he didn't return to Nome. So
the same day? Wait,
Same
how long
day.
had he been gone?
He had been gone for, I believe he said a week. So they were probably just like, he's all right. He probably found something out there, and
Must have been some good mining.
we might never see him again. Yeah,
Got a couple of pans full of nugs.
yeah, we're never gonna see him again, I guarantee. So yeah, but that's the harassed by a bear every night. Yeah, sounds fun.
Have you guys seen on those mining shows up in Alaska and Canada, the literal jars of gold that people
Yes.
get?
Absolutely.
It is so badass. Like they just get paid in an actual jar of gold. Like there's just gold nugs inside a jar. It is cool. It is cool looking.
Is it too late to get into gold?
I mean,
No,
yeah. Like,
it's
can't
never
we
too
start?
late.
But I mean, but next step is like asteroid mining, right? Because isn't there like an asteroid that has so much gold that it would like flood the world?
That's
gold?
the next step, Will?
Yeah, that's the next step.
There's a couple steps in between.
Right
wherever
now,
we're at.
there's Alaska and Canada, but like eventually, it's going to be asteroids. Yeah.
I just think there's all these signs, there's all these signs for we buy gold. There's got to be something there, right? You just buy gold. and then-
dollars backed by gold, isn't it? I mean, to some extent.
Not since Roosevelt was in office.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it?
gold's
Isn't there? Well, what's
I mean, there's the price of
the
gold.
price of gold goes up and down.
Yeah, I mean, as a
you still get a lot
commodity.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what are they like for semiconductors? Is that what or rings?
I guess
jewelry.
everything you need it for.
I'm gonna look
Whatever.
up the price of gold.
And also silver. I know that like people are trying to squeeze silver. I know everybody people who are like into Wall Street bets and shit.
1 ounce of gold is $1,800 right now. So still not
good.
bad. And I mean, it's dense. It's dense. So one little nug, you're looking at half an ounce.
It sounds like Pat's trying to do more like fencing. Like you want to be a middleman somewhere.
Well,
in the chain.
there's just I listened to this murder show about this couple that launched one of the first cryptocurrencies called e-bullion. And they would essentially what they do is they'd buy gold to back the e-bullion. So if you sent them cash, so they set up their own gold standard, right? So you say, I'm gonna drop $1,000 in there. Say, okay, cool, we're gonna put
Interesting idea.
$1,000 worth of gold into the safe, right? Turns out they stopped backing it with gold, right? That
No
was
way.
Yep, led
Kinda
to
like
the
the
murder.
USA did. Yeah.
I know. But then it got me down this rabbit hole. And man, there's been so many people that bought commercial airtime being like, hey, old people, send us your gold and we'll pay you not as much as it's worth. They don't say that. I learned that through the rabbit hole. I'm thinking if that's still a thing, I'll make a commercial. You know,
Well, listen, like I just told you, the price of gold is $1,800. If you can get an ounce of gold for anything under $1,800, you know, you're probably going to stand to make a pretty, you know, decent profit. You can get it like for half. You know?
but like, do I have to like smelt it down? That's the next
Right.
step. Will
And then you got to go
Not
like
ask for it.
Trinidad told you to go buy a $10,000 gold chain.
Fucking
So,
insane.
Smelting gold is a difficult process, I gather.
Yeah, you got to get the impurities out.
Let's look
anyway.
into it.
Yeah, we'll look into it.
I have a little bit, and it's daunting.
You got gold?
It's a daunting task.
You looked into it, or you have it?
I have looked into how to smelt gold, and it's not easy.
You need like a cauldron, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be smelting.
Did you
gold
take
anytime
notes?
soon.
Can I pick up where you left off?
No, I mean, there's plenty of videos online.
We'll try it out one day.
It's not easy.
Yeah, maybe we'll go to like a gold factory or something. Check it out. Anyway, let's take care of some business. Guys, I'm an English major. Don't know if you knew that based on my excellent writing during the show. But even with an English degree, I don't really know shit about proper punctuation and sentence structure. But now, with WordTune, I look like I earned that English degree with each email or story I write. Imagine how much easier writing would be if you had an expert on call to take a look at drafts whenever you needed them to. It's amazing, right? WordTune can be exactly that writing partner for you in digital form. No need to waste precious time agonizing over the perfect sentence. With WordTune, you can hit deadlines on time every time. WordTune instantly provides options based on your original words that can help you take your writing to the next level. Your writing impacts how people view you, and it can shape your future prospects. That's why it's important to write as well as possible. My other business, as many of you know, is a wedding photographer, so I write my brides' emails trying to get their business. I use WordTune to sound extra professional and creative. Let me tell you, my closing rate has gone up since WordTune came into my life.
wow.
So, pretty good. WordTune is the first AI-powered online writing tool that understands meaning, so you can feel confident that your writing is as smart as you are every time. It understands what you're trying to say and suggests ways to make your writing more clear, compelling, and authentic. And I'll be honest, when we first got this sponsor, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be like every other like writing tool that like gives you like crap suggestions. No, WordTune nails it. They give you like very
really good.
It's really, really solid. No shit. So WordTune works anywhere you're working, online, Google Docs, Slack, Outlook, web, WhatsApp, and more. Our listeners can try WordTune for free at wordtune.com/hardfactor. Get help writing your emails, reports, presentations, resumes, blogs today. Go to wordtune.com/hardfactor. For all you dummies out there, this is you need WordTune. It's really good.
It is.
Yeah.
You got that, dummies?
You got that, dummies?
Spend your parents' money on WordTune.
If you struggle writing emails, you need WordTune.
How did they get so smart all of a sudden?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's great.
You're surprising people.
Man, what if WordTune could text for you when you're trying to like spit game via text?
That'd be awesome. Spit game WordTune. Damn.
My thumbs are so fat. WordTune would really improve my text game tremendously.
Man, let's do the TikTok international moment.
Nice.
We've been an absolute wagon on TikTok as of late. It's only taken 3 years of someone telling us to focus in on one particular social media platform and give it the effort it needs, the water, so to speak, and the plant will grow. Thanks, Eric, our social media guy. But TikTok's working, partly because of TikTok international moment. So go ahead and thank yourselves. I think we got like 7,000 new followers on TikTok this week, chugging away. If you're new to the show, we'll go all around the world because TikTok eats up international stories. We'll chop these down, put them on TikTok, grow the show. Hard Factor Island eventually. Excuse me. First,
Key
Cove. Let's take it over to London, UK. The 6-year-old woman who used a sleight of hand trick to steal $7.5 million worth of diamonds from the Boodles jewelry shop in London back in 2016 was sentenced to 5.5 years in jail on Wednesday in a London court. She's a Romanian-born, French-raised woman named Lulu Lactos. She posed as a gem expert named Anna and told the folks at Boodles that she wanted oodles of diamonds on behalf of a wealthy Russian buyer. Being of Romanian heritage, she's naturally gifted in the bait and switch, and that's exactly what she did. After Lulu inspected the gems, they were to be placed in a locked bag that would be held in the jeweler's safe until the wire transfer came through, the payment came through. So pretty interesting. I didn't know they had bags like these, but it's like an escrow, but a physical escrow. So gems go in, we'll lock the bag, goes in the safe, money comes through, bam, they're your gems. But the jewelers smelled some spoiled lactose after reflecting on the deal. So they x-rayed the bag to find out that it was filled with pebbles, not diamonds. Oh, shit.
How'd she switch them?
Lulu.
What did she do? Here's a CCTV camera angle of the moment she made the switch. So she took a bag of diamonds, the bag of diamonds they were talking about, and she put them in her purse, probably acting all old and foreign, saying something like, "Now mine?" But when the jeweler protested, Lulu pulled out a different identical bag and said, "My bad, here you go."
That easy.
That's awesome.
She didn't even need to use her body, which she had intended to do. See, the head jeweler there was watching her like a hawk. This guy's 74, British guy, wears salmon ties. He's been in the jewelry game for a long time. You can imagine what type of gentleman he is, right? He knows something's up. But Lulu, thought, well, I got the bag thing down, but if that doesn't work, I'll use my womanly ways. So apparently, according to the jeweler in court, Lulu was wearing a very low-cut dress.
Oh, wow.
And had, according to him, huge boobs. And she was trying to show them off. Alexander, the buyer she was representing, called the jeweler. So he had to take that phone call upstairs. That's when she took advantage of him not being there and made the switch in front of one of his underlings.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. She then handed off the biggest haul in British shoplifting history to another woman, an unnamed woman, and then boarded a high-speed train to meet up with the rest of her international gang in France. And when the police eventually caught up with Lactose, she claimed that it was her dead younger sister, Liliana, who was the one that stole the gems, not her. She had been using Liliana's passport. And they were able to take DNA from the scene, but the DNA was a partial swab, so it could have been anyone from the Lactose family, Liliana or Lulu, but judge wasn't buying it, and she got put in the London Slammer.
They're like, "No, you're alive. We're on to you."
Did somebody get away with the jewels, though?
Big time, baby. The diamonds are still out there. $7.5 million worth.
Damn, that's awesome.
Pretty good, right?
Whoever hired her knew what they were doing.
Yeah, she apparently she tried to run this scam in Switzerland as well. Yeah, who knew? I mean, if you're 60 and you're still a professional criminal, awesome. Good for you. Really well done. Also, crime gangs need old people because, you know, if everyone in your crime gang is young, it's going to look suspicious. So
Yeah, Ocean's 11 or whatever. That old guy was part of their crew.
exactly. Saul.
Yeah.
Let's take it down to Mexico, guys. So for the better part of 2 decades, the Mexican drug cartels have been seemingly unstoppable. They've been funded by America's insatiable thirst for cocaine and inability to legalize weed. And the cartels have essentially become untouchable and unprosecutable for their gruesome at-will violence that keeps regular citizens in these areas where their areas of operations living in fear. And it was thought that there was nothing that could be done. That was until El Machete came around. In a country where justice is sold to the highest bidder and the police can't be trusted. In a time when the cartels were king. Fed up with unsafe streets and government inaction, 200 brave men from the mountains of southern Chiapas decided to stop hiding and take the law into their own hands, cutting into crime one cartel at a time. They are El Machete. That's right, boys. I'm talking about a newly formed vigilante group. These guys are taking the streets back because the government won't do shit about it.
Wow.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
It's pretty fucking good, right?
Vigilante gang, basically.
They'll all be dead soon.
Yeah, real soon. I mean, but it's a cool idea.
Yeah, cool idea, but yeah.
We'll see.
There's a reason the police have cowered in fear.
Yeah, literally that like fucking special forces don't even fuck with cartels.
Wes, I don't know if you noticed that I did a trailer voice at the top, so let's not try to ruin the sequel, okay? Let's try to keep an option open for the sequel, okay?
Sorry.
First one hasn't even come out yet. El Machete, the newly formed vigilante group, made waves in the mostly indigenous mountain communities of Chiapas on Monday.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, stay up there in the mountains, away from the big stuff.
Well, there's cartel up there too. El Machete, which is Spanish for the machete, spread out through the town of Pantelo, armed with rifles, moving street by street, searching for cartel members. And when the smoke cleared, guys, El Machete had taken 21 members of the Los Herreras cartel into custody, burning down a dozen homes and 3 cars in their no-nonsense approach to homemade justice. I think, guys, it's clear that El Machete isn't afraid to break a few huevos to make a Spanish omelet.
Wow.
Or they're just another cartel.
No.
Well, yeah, it's a good point. What if they just take over the drug game?
I mean, yeah, they probably will because, let's be honest, it's so much money they're bribing these cops with. So,
Yeah.
Well, and it's a cool name for a drug gang, El Machete.
But let's be honest, that's a movie in the making, is it not?
It's great.
Yeah.
But the best part's going to be when the leader, it turns out, oh, I'd been taking over the drugs the whole time. Mm-hmm. And then it's just another, and then he's just, the cycle continues.
Well, you know what every good movie needs, Will? A twist. So,
Yeah.
even more so.
People loved me, and then I turned on them.
It's too much money. Very cool. Also, the merch. Think about the merch. Okay, so let's take it back to the UK. You know, people say that after a while, people and their dogs can start to look like each other. Well, it turns out that the phenomenon is not exclusive of their horniness either. See, according to a bombshell report from the international wire service Reuters, Dillon, the dog of British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, is dangerously horny and will not stop expressing his, quote, romantic urges while on Downing Street.
Huh.
Uh-oh. Big news here, guys. The leader, according to the report, Boris recently asked a police dog handler, quote, do you have to worry about his romantic urges? In specific reference to the canine making love to people's legs, to which the handler replied, no. And then the leader of England replied, no. Well, my dog is endlessly horny at people's legs.
Bragging about that? Or
No, concerned, because Downing Street's where all the business goes down. I guess their little dog can't stop humping, and he was checking with another dog owner, being like, do you have the same problem? Do you have the same issue?
No, people that don't deal with this appropriately have this issue. You can, if my dog humped my leg maybe once or twice, never did it again. Let's put it that way.
Well, what'd you do, Wes?
I hit the shit out of him.
Well, I mean, tough love. Tough love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes that's how you got to do it.
Oh, no.
You know?
Get off of me, Poochie. Stop it. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
If you want jizz on your leg.
They just want to fuck you harder.
Yeah.
Man. We'll keep you updated on this story as it develops.
I wonder what Boris is doing. What's his reaction?
Why is this
No,
news?
stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, stop it.
I'll tell you what, Boris probably never sees the fucking dog. It's somebody else dealing with it who's scared to tell it no. Who's scared to hit it.
It's a Jack Russell Terrier. You got to be careful around those things. It's literally the weight of a football.
They are horny.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't smack it too hard.
You can still flick it in the fucking nose.
All right. That story and the TikTok International Moment was brought to you by our partner, Manscaped. Summer's coming, guys. You ready to unveil your beach bod? You're in luck. Our friends at Manscaped just launched their 4th generation performance package, which includes, you guessed it, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. 4.0. That's 4 generations of lawnmower, gentlemen. Complement your dad bod or six-pack with a trim from the leaders in male grooming. The sun is shining and calling your name, fellas. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for Fat Boy Summer and Hot Guy Summer with 20% off plus free shipping by going to manscaped.com/hardfactor. So look, the 4.0 is insane. I got it. It's got an insanely powerful light so you can see what's going on down there while you're cutting around your dongby and your ballbies, so you can get a real trimmed up. Best part about it, honestly, though, guys, it's wireless, right? So it doesn't have a cord, and it's still powerful. Right? A lot of those other trimmers are not powerful with just a battery charge. This guy cuts pubes down like El Machete and the Los Heros cartel.
Oh yeah, it's such a solid pube trimmer. I mean, I've never had none better.
Yeah, it's waterproof too. So imagine this: I'm getting ready for a date. I need to shave my balls. Well, I don't want to get an extension cord, drag it into the shower like Pat does. Potentially, life-threatening scenario. Why don't I just grab my Manscaped, battery-powered, waterproof, and it's got a guard to make sure you don't cut your balls, and I just trim it up. It's just like take ball trimming off your list with this Manscaped 4.0. So we hope you do that. And again, guys, 20% off and free shipping by going to manscaped.com/hardfactor. That's 20% off plus free shipping. Manscaped.com/hardfactor. Escape the shrubs and the weeds this summer and shine with Manscaped.
Great products from Manscaped. Thank you for your sponsorship. All right. Got a dark one for everyone to end the day who has ever been a little bit sketched out by the cable install guy who comes to your house, and then it's just you and him all by yourselves, and he could kill you at any moment because of his install strength. I mean, he's already likely wearing plastic over his boots. You know what I mean?
It's always upsetting if they're in a really bad mood. The installation guy,
Yeah, like they come at like sundown.
right? He's got a truck full of power tools and a bad attitude.
Yeah, he's got
and
a
huge
flashlight.
forearms. Yeah.
Don't come over to my house if you need a flashlight. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. So he's either gonna murder you or give you a lightning fast internet. Unfortunately, for one Arkansas woman, her technician who was installing a satellite dish murdered her. Yeah, he went the other way.
No.
He went the other way.
Did he not make eye contact with her before he murdered her? Because that's been my experience.
Yeah, I don't know. We can't ask her. So back on July 12th, 2020, Dillon Estes, 26 of Monticello. I was going to show you a picture, but I'm going to do a little something later. Went to the home of Chrissy Lee Jacks, 44, in Banks, Arkansas, to install a satellite. He was supposed to give her HBO Max and over 150 channels, but instead he stabbed her to death.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, why would he do that though? I mean, he's at work. He's
Pretty incriminating, isn't it?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there'd be no way he'd get away with it.
Do you have a call customer?
Maybe. I don't know. They're still searching for a motive.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yep.
They
yep.
still can't figure out why this guy stabbed her to death?
They don't know why. He's not talking, or they haven't released it yet. So friends became worried about Chrissy, and the next day, July 13th, called police, who did a welfare check and found Chrissy stabbed to death inside her own home. Just terrible. And now, over a year later, they finally arrested this fucker and have charged him with capital murder. The only person to go over there that day was this Dillon character. Certainly wasn't him. But I guess they think now it was him, and he's being charged with capital murder. So just something to think about next time the old technician comes over and you tell your wife, just let him in, honey. All he's going to do is install the cable. You may want to be the man of the house and call out from work like Mark does with any kind of technician coming over to his house. Yeah, he's not letting the AC or cable guy kill his wife, that's for sure.
No, he's on top of him.
Yeah, he's on top of him.
It's a whole thing. How do you spell this guy's name?
Dillon Estes. So I'm going with Dillon because someone in Discord made that joke.
Dillon. Yeah. This guy's a real asshole.
Don't pull him up, Pat, because I'm gonna show you.
I'm not going to.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So. Yeah. Another piece.
So,
Here's another.
so that's it. Like this guy just. I mean, why did it take them a year? So he just goes into her house, kills her on the job.
Doesn't install the satellite.
Doesn't install the satellite, and then gets away with it for a year.
For a year, I guess I don't know. Maybe this woman was in other kinds of shit. Who knows? But yeah, if you're single, here's another piece of advice: make sure you have a buddy there with you, and make sure when he leaves, you check all the window locks. He just might have unlocked one, and will be back later to work with his work van to finish the job, if you know what I mean. So just be careful with these technicians. 99.99% won't murder you when they come in, but as you can see, it's no guarantee. I got a few pictures of technicians. I want you guys to see if you can pick out Dillon and see if you can spot the murderer.
Okay.
Here's this guy.
Could be.
He's a technician. Could be, right?
No, he's a model.
No, he's a model. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What
That's a
about
stock
this
photo.
guy?
That's a definitely stock photo.
Yeah,
guy's
there's no technician that's actually been photographed with soft focus in the background.
Okay.
Right, and that guy looks like, I mean, he is really attractive.
Yeah,
Wait,
he might fuck your wife, but
yeah, he's not. He's
Yeah.
He might not. He doesn't even have to ask. He just
Too thin. Technicians subsist on a diet of Arby's mostly. That guy's way too thin.
yeah. Okay. Here's another guy. Probably, what do you guys think? Maybe HughesNet.
That guy looks like a pilot, like a really low level bad pilot.
Yeah, he's working for.
Pretty handsome.
Yeah, but he's seen some years too.
Yeah.
It's like interesting combination.
He would definitely be like the hot dad at pickup. If
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, a couple more. There's
I mean, that could be, but I see the stock words.
Okay,
on the
fine,
photo.
fine. All right, all
That
right.
could be.
the watermark.
This
Okay.
guy.
He's wearing a ball cap.
Who the fuck got a camera back behind the TV? No.
No. Okay. All right. Do you think it's this guy?
Yep,
Yeah, I'd say
that's probably him.
I'd say that's Dillon.
Oh no, Dillon.
The mugshot.
He's
The uneven goatee that gave it away.
Yeah.
uneven goatee, the widow peak hair.
Yeah.
He's so Dillon.
The orange jumpsuit.
Yeah,
Jail suit.
Dillon looks like the kind of guy that like eats a Frito pie. You guys know what Frito pie is?
I do know what a Frito pie
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, like
he'll
he
eat one.
Yeah, it seems like Dillon's the kind of guy who like he's probably seen a few Frito pies.
Yeah. He'll recommend it to you too. He'll be like, "You ever had one of these?"
He knows the best Frito pie spot in town.
yeah. He's always trying to get you to try it because he just loves it so much.
If you see him after 10 a.m., no chance his shirt is clean.
Yeah. Well,
So that was so you're saying watch out for home installers like Dillon?
I'm saying, look, if you're don't leave your wife at home with these technicians. That's just it's not a good idea.
But it's so easy for us now that we're working from home. Like
Right? Yeah. No,
Doesn't happen.
none of us ever have to do this. It's
we're
inexcusable.
impervious to Dillon.
Right, exactly. But just a PSA, like most of my dark stories are PSAs, so just be careful.
Thanks, Wes.
And to make you worry.
It's good advice.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. That's gonna do it for Hard Factor today. We are very close to some new merch launching. We got koozies though. Koozies are in the store. We got Fat Boy Summer koozies. We got Tiz koozies. We got the Hard Factor logo koozie. Just go in the store, search koozie. Didn't know how to spell it, so I went with the Koozie.
That's correct. That's how some people in like
No,
Ohio they'll call it a
people say
cozy.
C's.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different strokes for different folks across the nation.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they're awesome. Check them out just in time for the the last half of Fat Boy Summer. Check them out. Patreon.com/Hard Factor. We're almost at 300 patrons now, which is amazing. More people coming in every day. The community is awesome. A lot of the guys from Patreon are on the Green Room, which we will, like Will said, we'll be releasing that. So check that out too if you don't have the app.
Yeah, between patreon.com/Hard Factor and the Green Room Spotify app, that's 3 extra shows a week, Discord features. It's a lot of extra content.
Jesus Christ, we need a
Very
break.
fun.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay. That's
I
it.
had a great time today. Thanks, guys.
Me too. Absolutely. Be sure to give Mark a shout out on Twitter. Make sure he's having a good time at the beach. We love you and have a great fucking day.